Let's look at FedEx now. What about this cash flow,
Yeah, that's another one. Okay, 2520. You just take 2520 divided by 14.96, subtract one, and if that's, above point 0.2, then you're looking at something special. The return on equity is a little bit lower there, but so that's on the fundamental side. On the technical side, it's kind of nice that we've been seeing a lot of flat bases. So there are those flat bases that are kind of losing their lows, and there are those flat bases that aren't. So FedEx is, solidly in that category of one that isn't. Another thing that I'm kind of gravitating towards. In addition, look, this has a blue dot, so that's something that's positive. But also, I'm running screens of just things that are holding above the 50-day moving average line. With so many stocks below their 50-day moving average line, which ones are holding above it? And that doesn't necessarily mean that it's above it a lot. As Scott's pointed out, a number of stocks here that have come right to their 50-day moving average line. So some of those, and I do give a tolerance level. So I'll be like, I'll let it be, 2 or 3% below the 50-day moving average line, because I want to see those that are potentially holding very close to it. And FedEx is above it. It's one of those that's above it. The depth of the base is only 9%. It's looking a lot stronger compared to a lot of the other stocks out there.
Mm-hmm. And the audience wanting a little bit of clarification on the comparison of cash flow and earnings. You're looking at the most recent full year.
Yes,
Yes.
full year. Yes, right.
And you want it to be at least 20% greater than that.
Yeah. That was again kind of something that got bonus points. There are certainly those cases where depending on the business, that's going to be harder to come by. But when Bill saw it, it was something that got bonus points.
Another question, Justin. Kenneth is wanting a reminder on what does the blue dot mean?
The blue dot, so the relative strength line, remember that relative strength line is just a comparison of what that stock is doing versus the S&P 500. It isn't really tied to that rating. So don't think that it's, measuring that rating. That rating is actually comparing the stock to all other stocks in our database, over the last 12 months. But when you have that relative strength line looking strong, you've got a base and you've got the relative strength line making new highs while a base is forming,
or the stock is breaking out.
or the stock is breaking out. That's what gets at that blue dot. So it is a great place to, if you're short on time, it's a great place to focus on for finding the strongest stocks out there.